There is no water scarcity, I'm sorry to inform you. Not in South Africa, not in Africa. But we do have a crisis of power and justice. We don't need more NGOs, we don't need more aid, we don't need schools teaching people how to dig wells. These are very well-meaning initiatives, but they merely address symptoms of a bigger problem. They fail to address the structural root of injustice impacting access as well as distribution of water. However, justice as a lens for the debate today will allow for much more complex solutions to emerge. Solutions that take into account systemic problems. Let's explore my home, South Africa, the world's most unequal country. Here, the divide between the poor and the rich is so evident, often walking distance between one another. You cannot speak about access to water without thinking about, you cannot speak about access to water as well as management of it without addressing the structural legacy of apartheid, which, by the way, 25 years later, still continues along the same racial lines as the day that it was created. In times of limited access to water, the rich are very much protected by their privilege, allowing them the exact same comforts that they used to, their pools, their showers, their gardens, while the poor really fight for survival. Water for cooking, drinking, if lucky, bathing. Ultimately, this debate tonight is about justice denied in times of crisis. When water becomes scarce, whose lives do we value the most? If we dare to be honest, systems protect the rich. The UNDP says that there is enough water in most countries, including South Africa, to meet household, agricultural, as well as environmental needs. What causes the problem here tonight is an unequal system of access rather than shortage of water itself. Therefore, we sit with a justice crisis. Incompetent political leadership is the primary reason for a largely ineffective water infrastructure on the continent, the African continent. In most countries in the world, many of us have the chance to elect political leaders. When we sit back and do absolutely nothing, when that leadership fails, we also fail ourselves. Our silence may leave us thirsty, and sometimes we may drop dead. We have to. By the way, we have no other option but to demand that there be just and equal access for those that have been structurally excluded, mainly the poor people. Leaders are elected to bridge the gaps of injustice, not enhance it for personal gain. Here's what we can do. Here's what we must do. Acknowledge that no system will serve the people that it is created for unless if we speak about the structural injustice. And that's how we get water into people's hands.